right, so tell me a little bit about how your life is going right now.
Things are pretty much the same. You know,
Okay.
Nothing much has changed. I'm pretty much still doing the same thing. And,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I try to think about all the things that we talked about last time and the things I need to be aware of, you know, like, we talked about my, like, values and stuff last time, and I really want to, you know, change my parenting styles and actually be there for my kids.
Right.
So, but it's just, I mean, it's so hard for me, like, to just do that. I'm so used to living my own, like, lifestyle and just going out and doing whatever I want.
You're used to being independent and not having to worry about the kids as much.
Right. And it's just, you know, I think it's just at the end of a long day, I'd rather just go and, you know, think about, like, what I want to do, because I've been busy all day, and so I think I've just been, like, probably struggling with that a little bit more.
Struggling with?
I'd say probably I don't know, I just don't feel like I'm gonna be good at, like, the mother role, you know? I just haven't been around that much, you know, and I do feel bad for that, but, you know, so I guess that's kind of something I'm concerned about.
Okay, so you're concerned about maybe not being around for your kids as much as you would like to be.
Right.
Okay, so that's something you want to work on.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe you could tell me a little bit about how you think you should be parenting, like what you think that would look like.
Okay, well, I guess to me it would look like us spending some, like, quality time together. I don't really take them places. That's usually, everyone else is usually doing that. But I mean, I would like to be more involved with their lives, and I guess just do things that they would want to do with me. Because I mean, they've asked me to, you know, take me to the park, and I just don't.
Right.
So I would like to do that.
Okay.
I think just spend more, I guess, quality time with them.
Yeah, for sure. Be around with them more. That's,
yeah.
Okay. So we could maybe write that down as one of your goals.
Yeah.
Okay. So what else do you think you would like to do with them? Like, around them, maybe?
I want them to see me as, you know, a strong person. I just don't, I'm not that, I want them to see me doing good, you know?
Okay.
And
so what are you doing now that's good?
I guess now that's good is I'm making more of an effort to, like, get my finances in order.
Okay.
So that I don't have to be, like, so dependent on everyone else, because we talked about how, you know, that was something I wanted to accomplish on my own, is, you know,
become more financially independent.
Yeah.
And start living maybe on your own instead of with your family friends.
Right.
Okay.
So I feel like I've been working more towards that. Been saving up a little bit more money and just putting myself out there instead of trying to get my business started and everything with. I'm having more clients because, you know, I'm being attentive to them.
Right.
And actually calling and setting up appointments and me not canceling them just on a whim.
Just because, right?
So, I guess that, like, I've been working really well. My work life has been, I guess, I feel like that's the only thing, but...
Well, it sounds like you're doing really well.
Thanks.
In your job. Like you said, you're getting clients, you're making a name for yourself. I'm sure those clients will tell other clients.
Yeah, that's what I hope for.
Yeah, and it sounds like that's something your kids could be proud of.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, I don't know. I just don't know how to, because I don't want to just, like, sit there and, like, tell them, like, I'm, you know, I'm doing this and I'm doing so much better now.
Right.
But,
well, they can see, can't they? I mean, you're not as sad as you were. You're not as distant. You're there more. You're happier because you're doing well.
Yeah.
I'm sure they can feel that, do you think?
I mean, they seem to be enjoying my company more, so.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
That's a great thing.
Yeah.
What else do you think maybe is going well? You're starting your business. What else are you doing that's constructive?
I have been trying to think of, because I know last time we also talked about different things I could do instead of, because I always went and just, like, went to the bars and stuff, and so I've been trying to think of other activities that I would like to do that would be fun.
Okay.
And so I've been doing, I think doing hair and stuff has been really fun for me. So I've been learning all the different techniques and going to like hair more, I guess like conferences on like different hairstyles that are up to date and getting. So I find that very interesting. So which I guess goes hand in hand in work, and I didn't even. I guess it's nice to find something that I actually like doing and it's actually benefiting me. And
right, no, it's awesome. You're taking the initiative. You're going and you're doing this. That's going to promote you to be better at what you do. That's fantastic.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, that's something your kids can definitely be proud of. What else do you think that they look at you and say, wow, like, good job, Mom?
I think that I actually, when I talk to them, because I'm just never used to, ask them about like school and stuff. And so we're starting to have more conversations about what's going on in school and how they're doing. And I know that they do get excited when, like I remember like they had a test and I asked them how they did. And I think just them knowing that I seem to be caring more.
Yeah.
I think I see that more in them.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm sure they appreciate that.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I'm trying, but
it sounds like you're doing a good job. You're being there for them more. You're, like you said, you're paying attention to what's going on in their lives and not just concerned about you. That sounds really great.
Yeah, it's just hard.
Yeah, I can imagine it's
very
hard.
difficult not to just care about what I'm going through.
Yeah.
But I mean, I want to be a good mom.
Yeah, well, it sounds like you're taking the steps towards that.
Yeah.
And I know Kathy, your family friend, she helps a lot.
Right.
Do you maybe want to talk about what role she plays and how that works?
I always kind of just like depended on her to pick up my slack, and I've realized that I do owe her a lot.
Yeah.
So I make sure I try not to put as much on her anymore, and I don't go to her for like my first, because she used to be the first one I called.
Right.
When I needed help with something, and it's usually something I could have done my own, like, when the kids were running around and stuff, I'd call her and just be like, can you
take care of this?
Can you do this? And so I've been trying to be more aware of her support, but not so much, I guess, need it.
Not as dependent.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. That's really fantastic. So you're starting to take more responsibility and be there for your kids more. That's wonderful.
Yeah. I mean, I can't believe it that I'm doing it,
right.
But it's just, I don't know. It's weird when I'm here and I'm talking about it, and I do feel good about it, and I just lose that right when things are getting stressful and stuff, and I just want to throw in the towel and call it a day.
Yeah. Well, it's really hard to be there for kids that need you all the time when you have your own things going on.
Right.
But it sounds like you're learning how to balance that a little more.
Yeah.
Maybe, do you want to talk about some ways that you could try to focus on the good while you're in those stressful moments?
Yeah. Yeah, that's something I definitely need help on. Because
Okay.
it's like in the moment when I just get overwhelmed.
Right, and you're just like, oh, I can't do this right now. And
Right.
Okay, so can you think of a time maybe that you felt like that, but you got past it?
A couple weeks ago, I just felt like I was overwhelmed with work and stuff. And like I told you, I was going to more of the hairstyling, trying to get up to date with that. And I just felt like I wasn't, I felt like I wasn't up to par, learning all these things that are coming out. And I was like, I'm so behind. And it was that moment that I just like sat down, breathed, and I guess just breathe. It sounds weird, but I just like breathed through it and let it pass.
It's not weird.
And then I was like, okay, well, I can't fix that, and so the only thing I could do is catch up. And so I just went back to work and studying more, and that's how I really didn't even think that that's how I got through it. But yeah, I literally just sat there.
No, that's wonderful. That's great. So that's sort of a form of meditation, right? You just sat there.
Yeah.
You took a couple minutes out, just breathe, think about, just accept it and just work through it. That's fantastic.
Yeah. I didn't realize that was like a coping skill.
Yeah.
But
You're doing great on your own. That's fantastic. Do you think that's something maybe you could use again if the kids start getting difficult or if your job starts getting harder?
I think it's easier for me to do it, especially just like working.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not so much with the parenting, just because they don't care if I'm
right.
I can't tell them I need a breath.
Right, I need a minute.
But when I'm at work and stuff, I feel like that's what I could use that more for my work environment.
That's
for
what
sure.
can help you get through it.
Yeah, I think so. If I try to just, because I just get so frustrated so easily.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's hard. People are very difficult to work with sometimes.
Yes, they are. And it's just, so, I think just like me being able to step back for a second and just
take a breath.
Yeah. Usually that helps. But I should definitely do that more because I don't. But that is a good coping skill that who knew I had already?
You had, I know. You just had to
just find it.
Right, it was already there. So do you think maybe next time something like that happens, you could just take a step back and do that, and then maybe we could talk about it next time, how it worked and everything?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure I'll have a lot of opportunities to use it.
I'm sure you will. So what do you think you could do for the kids when that's starting to get a little much?
That one's the hard one.
Yeah.
Just because they're just constant.
Right, it's happening a lot.
I think with the kids, because I guess what I used to do is when when I would get overwhelmed and they would just be like wanting things from me, I would just get so frustrated and I would just ignore them.
Right.
But I recently found out that if I when I straight up just talk to them and, tell me what you want, and then turn into a conversation, and before I know it, they're just sitting down.
And they're fine.
But they probably, it's probably just more of like an attention thing of them just wanting more attention
they just
from
want
me.
You to be around more. Has that hyperactivity kind of gone down since you've started being around more?
Yeah, it has. And that's what's been nice about it. But,
right.
Kids don't really care that much about
it's still hard. Yeah.
On my time.
Right.
So I'm trying to be more respectful of that
right.
they have their own system. And so I just, now that I'm around more and that I'm actually involved with their lives and know what's going on, I think it's easier for us to actually sit down.
You know each other a little better, and now you can just say, kids, just talk through. That's fantastic that you're doing that. Like, you have all these skills, you just didn't realize you were using them.
I didn't know. Yeah, it is crazy that I guess it's so simple that you don't think of it.
Yeah, you don't really think about it until you sit and think about it, and
right.
It's easier.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
That's been working for me.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So it sounds like work's going really well. You're doing a lot better with your parenting. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about today? Maybe work through a little more?
No, I just really wanted to get some strategies, but I'm already using them. But it's good though to know that I'm doing it. So.
For sure. And now next time you can sort of think about it and realize what you're doing.
Yeah.
And just do even more of what works. That's great.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
For sure. It has to have been 10 minutes.
Right? Oh, God.
This is going to be really awkward.